Hey YouTube, it's Neberos. We're back with another video. I think I gotta change the position of my PNG. Nah, it's fine there because that's another headache of going around there because it doesn't fit exactly right. So it's a pain in the butt to get it perfectly positioned. So anyway, we're doing some Rev Says Desu reactions. This is following the Shoe0nHead video apparently, and I didn't see Hasan react to anything, but apparently he's in it because you can't escape his stupid face anywhere. So yeah, let's get into it. Link to the original video will be down below. Be sure to check out if you want to, and let's go.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So it must be a day that ends in Y because we're witnessing yet another public crash out from Hasan Piker. This time, Hasan is getting a massive cortisol spike thanks to his discovery of the latest Shoe0nHead upload. In that video, she talked about the bizarre reactions to the game Pragmata, including some very bizarre tweets and social media posts directed towards those enjoying the game, in particular those discovering some paternal instincts within them, witnessing the wholesome father-daughter dynamic between the characters Hugh and Diana. In her video, Shoe0nHead also talked about the bizarre projection-fueled rant Hasan had about the game.
If he's losing his mind over that, then he's probably going to have a hard time dealing with what I said.
And its fans,
assuming
where he was totally not projecting about these people, calling them incel losers for wanting to have a family of their own and being inspired by the relationship between Hugh and Diana. Now, Hasan would get dragged on social media, and his reaction was featured in the Shoe0nHead video, which was contained right here. And obviously you can see this video has over 1 million views in 2 days. You knew it was inevitable that Hasan Piker would discover this, but let's just watch a small portion of the video where Shoe talks about Hasan.
If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life.
Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hasan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel.
Well, like I said in my reaction video, could he easily get consensual sex from women? Does he go to brothels because nobody actually wants him consensually without some sort of financial incentive? I doubt it.
I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his
Do you suppose she got the clock just for that meme?
ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like literally no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hasan Piker.
Now, of course, you can see the public like to dislike ratio on this video, and overall the reaction on social media, it's been a very positive one, okay? People are supporting Shoe's view of Pragmata and her criticism of all of the very bizarre reactions to people enjoying this game and the characters Hugh and Diana. But also, she really served up Hasan Piker quite well. I mean, she read him from a mile away because his projection is really that obvious and that pathetic. And over the past day or two since this video's release, we went over the Hasan fans crashing out. I talked about this in a video yesterday. His fans immediately went to social media and were crashing out. But it was only a matter of time until the big man would discover the video for himself. You know, people are going into his chat on Twitch and spamming him, asking him if he's seen the video, and eventually he would crack. And in clips like this, he would talk about Shoe0nHead and do the exact thing that we expect from Hasan Piker at this point, and that is to not address any argument that she is raising, but instead to make crazy and outlandish statements about offing himself instead of wanting to watch a Shoe0nHead video and then of course he proceeds to insult her, but we'll see that after this first clip.
Yeah.
Bro, you were on the last Shoe0nHead video. I will literally shoot myself with a gun if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want
Hang on, I'm about to go spam Hasan Piker's chat with Shoe0nHead stuff.
me to do? Do you want me to go out, purchase a shotgun, shoot myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my fucking brain
Can't lose what's not there, bro.
so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shoe0nHead and her dumb audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that?
You're doing your regular response to that, and this is a man who's clearly not affected by what he's being told. Yeah, he doesn't care at all. It's water off a duck's back. Yeah?
Is that what you want me to do?
Yes.
Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument that Shoe0nHead makes?
Now, I think Hasan should be a little bit careful about the questions he's asking during these rants. Does he really want the answer to all these questions? But as you can see, a very ridiculous reaction. He's basically saying he's above and beyond Shoe0nHead, and he'd rather off himself than subject himself to a Shoe0nHead video, which of course he will rant about while claiming he's above even engaging with it in the first place.
Yep.
And he says many funny things, like implying that he has a brain in that tiny head. Yeah. He said that he's afraid of
Can't
getting
lose what's
brain
not there,
damage
dude.
from watching her videos. Like, bro, are we sure there's any sort of a semblance of brain rattling around in that tiny head of his? Like, I don't know. But people are looking at this and they're getting the exact reaction they wanted out of Hasan. They were hoping Hasan would see this video because
Hasan, please.
we all knew he was going to see. His reaction to situations like this is so predictable. It's quite frankly laughable at this point. You know how he's going to react. He's not going to engage with any of the points. He's going to be extremely ridiculous and over the top in his reaction, and he's going to proceed to just insult you.
Like, hey, you showed up in the new Shoe0nHead video. I'll get a shotgun and blow my brains out. Perfectly normal reaction. Totally doesn't care, by the way.
Over and over again, and that's what he would do as well, as you'll see in this clip.
One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the fucking time. Ooh.
Yeah, do you know what, Hasan? Normal people change their opinions based on new information that comes in. And we change our opinions based on the cycle of information. That's what normal people do. We don't just double down when we're totally wrong like you do.
Look at me. As an emo girl, I look like that one meme on the internet. Okay? 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
Yeah, he's got to take it there because he doesn't actually have anywhere else to go with it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's quite pathetic, really.
Why would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe0nHead in 2026, man? What the f***?
I'd rather openly admit that I listen to and watch Shoe0nHead than you. Fucking twerp.
Is wrong with you?
What is
People
wrong
like
with you?
Shoe0nHead
Oh,
are
yeah,
basically
yeah.
a humanoid version of a fucking Reddit aggregator. They just spit out shit that they see on subreddits. So why the f*** are you going there? You might as well just go to the subreddit directly and read all the commentary that they turn into video essays. Jesus Christ. What an unbearable fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm...
As opposed to you. Because you're the picture of absolute joy and happiness and fulfillment right now. Hey.
getting all my politics from Shoe0nHead.
Alright, once again, I want to have a very serious conversation about people like Hasan, these
pathetic.
so-called progressive people, who always resort to insulting people instead of actually addressing anything they say.
Yeah.
And also when it comes to women.
Yeah, note that in his whole psychotic rant that Rev showed here, he didn't address anything of her video. He didn't argue any of the points that she raised. It was literally just full-on attack against her. That's because he hasn't actually watched the video, and probably never will. And you know, the problem is that people who there was a, I'm just going to pull up a document real quick. I had it saved somewhere. I believe I brought it up in a previous video. I just have to try to find it. Not there. Maybe here. No, not there either. Over here. Damn, where is it? Do you know where it might be? Shit, the server's not on. Anyway, it comes down to something Christopher Hitchens said, and it was basically people who live in an echo chamber deny themselves not only the ability but the right to hear different perspectives and to change their opinions. And this is what Hasan's done here. He's heard about Shoe0nHead talking about him in the video, and because he probably hasn't watched the video, he's failed to address anything that she actually said about his take on Pragmata, and he just goes on the attack because he's denied himself the right to hear her perspective, and then denied himself the ability to change his mind about anything. And even if he wouldn't change his mind at all, he still denied himself the right to hear a different perspective. And I find this incredibly foolish. Perhaps you'll laugh, but in Skyrim, Farengar says, "One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside of his own experience as being impossible." And that's applicable here. He can't understand Shoe0nHead's perspective, one, because he doesn't know Shoe0nHead's perspective on this, and two, it falls outside of his experience, and he said it as well when he's like, "I don't understand why, if you've never experienced it, why you would want it." The man's a fool, and he consistently shows himself as being a fool. Oops, wrong thing.
In particular, female critics, they start by always making weird sexual comments. Have you not noticed this yet? It happens every single time. That whole part about her fans doing things to her, and that's the only reason why they're interested in watching her, is incredibly uncalled for and weird. It is sex pest behavior. There's no other way of looking at this.
And it's also a very low IQ take. Like, okay, you don't have an argument apart from denigrating somebody on a sexual basis. Like, no, that's not a very strong argument. It doesn't always boil down to that.
That is a very weird
In fact,
and
very
aggressive thing to say, completely out of left field. Why is your mind in that space? Again,
because that's what he would do.
And with these so-called progressive people, you see this happening over and over again. But overall, in that clip, we saw nothing but insults. Not a single attempt at addressing any points she was making, leaving people like Blabs to quote the related clip saying, "Why is every single response from Hasan just an insult? Why can't he actually refute any criticism with coherent sentences?"
Because he hasn't heard any criticism. He's making an assumption about what she said. That's the issue. He's assuming what she said, and he's going on the attack because, according to him, in his tiny mind, he was attacked.
Is it because he knows deep down inside that he is indeed a waterhead?
What
he is
a
complete joke.
Never heard that one
he has
before.
no counter arguments to anything. If he had to actually engage with any of the critics that are talking about him, he would fall apart. He knows he sounds like a lunatic in the related clip that was featured in her video. Having a crash out, projecting, calling people incels and losers instead of actually engaging with anything they're saying. It just makes him look bad, and he knows deep down he looks bad, and he knows if he actually tried to address the substance of the criticism, he would be unable to do a proper job. So instead, he makes his army of lunatics happy by just insulting the person instead of actually engaging with anything they're saying, because that's the only response he can have. And there's no way he would actually pull up any of the stuff Shoe was saying in her video in front of his audience, because they would see him get cooked. I mean, of course, a lot of them are very delusional and they'll still defend him no matter what, but he would still look bad in front of at least some people, so he definitely doesn't want to do that. And you see other quotes saying, love that he can't substantiate any of the stuff he says and has to resort to sexist comments. I mean, what else do you call this? It's so funny because the progressive people throw around terms like that all the time. I mean, how else do you describe Hasan when he's confronted with a female critic? Because that's how he acts all the time. But then again,
sexist.
One of the points that Shoe brought up is the fact
there's documented history of him being a bit of a creep where it comes to women. So.
that, you know, Mr. Male Feminist over here loves to visit brothels. In fact, in his defense of doing that, he tries to claim that he is helping women. Yes, he actually believes he is helping women by visiting brothels.
So how many OnlyFans do you think he's subscribed to? How many women's OnlyFans do you think? How many OnlyFans subscriptions do you think he's got?
He's empowering them. I mean, he's literally like that cheesy male feminist LARPer in college doing all that stuff just to try to get with women or to make himself look good to women for whatever.
Rev, check your notifications, dude. 20 plus is triggering me. Although, when I get 20 plus notifications, I wonder, oh god, who did I piss off this time?
Purpose. This guy is completely and utterly full of it. Now, Shoe would respond saying, Hasan, when he's criticized and can't just call the person a Zionist. Yeah, unfortunately for Hasan,
play the video, play the video,
he wasn't able to do that this time, given his target Shoe0nHead. It wouldn't make any sense. I mean, it hasn't stopped him in the past, but I guess even Hasan knew if he called Shoe0nHead of all people a Zionist, he would look like an absolute moron. And she would also reply just saying, oh, no, 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 which is really all that she needs to give. She made her coherence.
Her reactions, based on the text only, is somebody who doesn't really care for the reaction of the criticism. She's taking everything he said on the chin, and it's like water off a duck's back.
Arguments towards what Hasan has said, her clear criticism, and Hasan decided to respond by having a meltdown and just insulting her and not addressing a single bit of substance that she provided. So why would she go any further? She doesn't need to. She already made her point, and he doesn't want to address any of it. And of course, at the end of the day, we got the perfect meme formats here. Why do we care what a dog shocker online has to say? Like, this guy literally has no coherent counter-arguments to anything that is launched his way. Instead, he does exactly what we just saw. The fact that anybody supports this guy is a reminder that no matter how bad you feel about yourself, there's always someone who's going through a lot harder times. Because, like, imagine being an unironic Hasan supporter. That is the next level of an echo chamber right there, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, it's always good to watch the latest cortisol spike from Mr. Piker, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turning on notifications so you don't miss the latest upload, the daily uploads over here, and the multiple live streams I do here on YouTube. But anyways, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.
Also based. I'd actually prefer never to hear more about Hasan ever again in my entire life. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I should be getting my schedules next week sometime, so I'll be back to a regular schedule for streaming and everything. It's all been pretty much up in the air since about the 14th, so just bear with me. Video uploads should remain relatively consistent. I should hope so. I will definitely endeavor to do so. Depends on what comes up. If it's a bit dry, then I won't be doing reactions. Still working on my own original video content. I'm still learning how to edit and everything, so you got to deal with this sort of stuff in the meantime. But that's going to do it for my video. Take care, everybody. Check out Poggers and Starforge. Help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!